I wish more people could see the Downtown Eastside that we see. The incredible strength of this community with stories of perseverance and survival. The art and cultural contributions that are just so achingly beautiful. The sharing of culture and stories creates a sense of purpose, identity, and belonging. This is why art is such an important part of our redevelopment project. Art is one of the key ways these stories are told, so who is included, who is excluded, and who is even creating these stories matters.
Behind me, there's a construction site where First United has been since 1892, located at 320 East Hastings in the Downtown Eastside. I've been blessed to do the work for 15 years within this community, located on the traditional and unceded lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples.
For 140 years, First United has always adapted and responded to this community's needs. And although our building was so beloved, it was well worn and could no longer meet that demand. So we're taking action, and we're embarking on such an ambitious project to redevelop our site into an 11-story building, 7 floors of Indigenous social housing, and the first 4 floors of purpose-built First United services and programs, expanding our reach in this community and continuing to respond and adapt like we've been doing for over a century. Including public art in this project was never a question for us. In the Downtown Eastside, with the histories of colonialism that are directly tied to the erasure of Indigenous culture, we believe that access to public art and the representation in it are key to reconciliation and healing in this community.
I'm really honored to be asked to work with First United, to be the voice of, I would look at it as our history. Back in the day, growing up saying we wanted to be an artist, what we were doing is reflecting what we saw around us, taking patterns out of nature and creating them in the work and reflecting them in who we were and are as people. I used to wonder what Vancouver's history was. I'm coming from Musqueam, I'm looking at the city and I'm saying, who are you? As this evolved, I answered my own question because I thought, well, maybe now I can share this with the city and we can together figure out how we're going to move forward in this thing called reconciliation. The Downtown Eastside, wouldn't it be beautiful if they could put their hands on their own history or put their hands on something that connects you to not just what we can see, but what we can't see, because that's where the strength comes from. Strength doesn't come from feeling like you don't belong. My grandfather said, know who you are and know where you come from. Because if you don't know that, then you feel like nothing. Maybe seeing a building that has these beautiful patterns on it, which are geometrically in every culture, once you see it and you enter the building, you're part of it. It doesn't matter what religion you are or color you are. This is for everyone, not just one particular group of people. We all need to heal.
This project cost us approximately $92 million, and $37 million of that is the First United's 4-floor portion. Roughly $3 million of this is going towards the design, the materials, and the installation of the art that is being planned. And the art is going to be integrated both on the exterior of the facade and in the interior. I mean, these costs are going to exist anyway, so why not make it beautiful? Most public and accessible art projects in Vancouver are really in higher income neighborhoods. And this is really because the city of Vancouver requires developers on projects like commercial and residential to invest in public art. But it's also not a requirement in social development projects like ours.
What does that mean for us?
Well, it means if we're only building public art into communities of higher income, we're actually perpetuating inequities. So we want to do something about it.
It is vitally important for this neighborhood to have access to art. Folks in this neighborhood are quite often told that they are less than human. They are in situations that forces them to think of surviving only, and sometimes not even that. Feelings are the deepest and first way that we encounter what we think of as spirit. In art, you're supposed to feel a feeling. When we are journeying on this truth and reconciliation journey, it is vital that we look at songs and dances and art, whether that's in architecture or on the walls or carved as part of ways to speak truth, hear truth, learn truth, relearn some truths that we've forgotten about. I picture our new space encouraging folks to leave their surviving mode just for a moment and move towards thriving. It helps us bring ourselves back to ourselves.
Everyone deserves the dignity of a safer space, a beautiful space, and a space where your story belongs. It's a lot more than a building we're building at First United. Join us to move First forward.